everyone, and welcome back. Just left deer camp, I don't know, maybe an hour ago, heading back to the farmhouse. While it was an unsuccessful deer hunting season, I never saw such little sign for deer, and I guess it's like that in the whole northeast area of Minnesota this year. But I'm glad that it's done. I mean, every day I went out and sat, and I'm just happy that the season is done now, and that's behind me, and now we can move into the winter months. Stop at Menards and get a couple pieces of dormer flashing because I haven't flashed from that workshop edition against the workshop yet, so I might still get that in here before the weather gets too nasty this winter. Somebody's going to end up in the ditch today. It's not going to be me. 6 more months and we'll have green leaves on the trees. It's blowing like crazy out there. I'm going to start the stove in here. I don't know that I'm going to do anything out here today, but I should probably spend some time with Melissa, but I might end up out here. And but just getting it warmed up in here because I'll probably have it going quite a bit over the next few days. And just to warm up all the concrete mass in here helps a lot for reheating it up the next day. I'm sure it's still 70 degrees in the tent, and I'm back here starting another wood stove. 28 outside and 39 degrees in here. It feels a lot colder than 28 outside with that wind. I just dug out these boards. These are the same like stack of boards that I made the center island in the kitchen out of and the 2 stools that went with it. And this is all I have of it, and Melissa has that large Harvest Right freeze dryer coming. It's been 7 weeks since we ordered it, and it's delayed because it's stainless steel. But anyway, I'm going to need to make a table to set that on, and we're kind of limited for space for where we're going to put it, and I'm hoping I have enough of this to make the table so that you know, eventually we'll add on to the house. Everything will change once we put the really big kitchen on there, and the kitchen where it is now completely is not going to be there, but at least everything will be kind of be a set, so wherever it does end up, it'll all match. So I was just taking this out now so it can warm up in here. I'm not doing anything on it tonight, but I actually was just inside at 6:38 right now. I've been inside with Melissa because I really only have been here like, I don't know, 3 days in the last 3 weeks. So spent a little time with her, but I wanted to get this and we'll get the measurements on that table. Tomorrow's supposed to be a very cold day. I'm something like 10 degrees tonight or something, and then in the 20s. Not super cold, but cold for this time of year. And then the following day is supposed to get up to something like 40 or 44. So that would probably be the day I would want to do that. Flashing over the top of the addition up against the workshop. That stove is working good though. 18 outside, 74 inside. And I have these drafts shut down, not all the way, but it's pretty close. I mean, this is not anywhere near even halfway open. This stove has these heavy pipes that run through it, and they come out to right here, so you can put a blower on this and it'll blow the air through it. I don't know if you can see that right there. That's this 2 3/8 on the outside. It's a 2-inch hole going in. So I ordered a, let's see, it measures 2 3/8 on the outside. So I ordered a 2.5-inch flexible exhaust pipe that's 6 feet long, and then an adapter to go from 4-inch down to 2.5 inches, and then a 4-inch inline fan that's the same exact one that I have up at the tent. It puts out like 100 CFM, and that's really going to help blow that through. I never hooked that up at the hobby farmhouse, but I wanted to give it a try here. I think that stuff will be here in about a week. Good morning, everybody. It got down to 8.1 degrees Fahrenheit last night. Right now it's 10.8. I was out in the workshop maybe an hour ago and filled up the stove, and it's 70 degrees even out there in the shop. Today has just been a busy day. Haven't filmed anything. I've been editing on the deer hunting video, or watching it. And then they are finished with my old truck, old Reliable. The transmission is in, and then there was a leaky brake line that they found that they had to order, and a couple other little things. Anyway, I haven't licensed that or had it registered since 2019. I've kept the insurance up on it, which I wouldn't have had to do. So anyway, I couldn't do that online. So I had to go into Department of Motor Vehicle and get that, so that's current, and then they gave me new license plates for it. So when I do go pick it up, if I get pulled over, I can, show them that, hey, it's done. And then my dad, he's probably going to come up here Friday and use the workshop. So I ran in and got some lighter fluid for the wood stove and just a bunch of different little stuff. So I'm not going to get much film today. Maybe I'll get some more tonight, but oh well, I'm here all week. One nice thing though, the wind has pretty much died down. Tomorrow's supposed to be a warm day. I have stuff I want to get done tomorrow, so hopefully this stays like this and it warms up nice. Right now it's 22 degrees actual air temperature. Good morning, everybody. I finally got the deer hunting video all finished last night and uploaded a video before that one explaining why it's taken so long. And now I'm just, I don't know what time it is. It's 8:22. I vacuumed in the house this morning. Now I'm just going to fire this up. It was 12 degrees this morning when I woke up. I think now it's up to about 18. Oh, I guess I can look, yeah, 18 degrees exactly here. And it's still supposed to get up to 40 today, and the wind died down, so hopefully I can get a couple of things done outside. I have a few things I want to do inside also, but at least I can get back on my regular schedule now that that video is done. Yesterday when I went to the store, my dad's, if he starts coming up here using the workshop, I won't be here all the time, so I just went ahead and bought 10 things of lighter fluid so that he can get it going good, and a couple of longer lighters. had to go to Super One. I saw a recipe for duck gumbo, and I asked Melissa if she would make it, and she said if I went and got everything, she would cook it. So I did, and there was a subscriber in there named Patrick that I met, really nice guy. Talked to him for a little while. He grew up in the cities, but he grew up here, then moved down to the cities, and now I think he's been retired for 4 years, and I think he's living back up here, so that was kind of nice. It's warmed up to 29 degrees. It's gonna be a nice day. I have one side done. This was the easy side. But it's a little bit after 12, so I'm gonna run in and have some lunch. Well, it took a few hours, but both sides are completely done. I even spray foamed up in here because it's still, there's a little, it's metal, so bugs can get in or whatever. I just spent about a half hour calling around. One of the tires on the forklift is real bad. Not this side, the other rear one has a hole in it, about the size of my thumb, and I've always just had a plug in it. Anyway, I blew that plug, and I thought, you know what, it's time to get new ones, and the front two are fine. The one on the other side is brand new. This one holds air real good. But both back ones, this one goes down slow, and the other one just gets flat. And I finally found a place that can replace them, but they don't have I wanted a mobile unit that would come out here and do it, right, take them off the machine, fix it, and put it back on the machine, but I can't find that. So, if I can get these tires off, I think I'll put some kind of penetrating oil on those nuts to see if I can break that loose. I mean, they've been on there a long time. But I'm not going to do that today, but at least I found a place that I said if I bring it down there, it'll take them a day to get the tires and they can put them on just right away. They got a machine just for this. And luckily with this thing here, if I extend that boom out all, 42 feet, I could shove it into that junk pile right there and lift up for the boom, and it'll lift the back end of the machine right off the ground. It's not like I have to jack it up. I can just lift it up that way and put a log or something underneath there so it can't come down, and then pull the tires. Then I probably have to use my tractor to put them into the trailer to get them down there, but I'd be pretty happy if they were fixed. I'm going to let this warm up for a minute, and I'm going to go back and actually pull every one of the trail cameras. I haven't checked them in a few weeks. I think some of them work, some of them don't. And then I can check all the batteries and go through them all before I put them back out. That last camera still had battery in it, so I just took the SD card. I'll grab this one here and we'll go off to the last one. Everywhere I drive, there's all these scratched up areas, and I know it's not a buck scrape, so I think it's turkeys. Just reminds me of when you let your chickens out and they scratch everything up looking for bugs. Melissa made enchiladas for dinner. Yum! Good morning, everybody. This morning I just mainly was doing some stuff inside. Actually, I was editing the last farmhouse video, picking a few things up. I might have more stuff I want to do in there this afternoon. It's almost lunchtime actually now. It's been a busy morning. I don't know if I said anything yesterday, but I did find a place that can replace these tires, but I have to bring them in, and it's about $600 a tire and $100 to get them mounted, which isn't bad because I had the front one replaced oh man, probably 12 years ago, 10 years ago, and it was like $640 some. But they came out and they didn't actually have to change it out. They had a tire with a rim on it. They took the old one off, put the new one on, and we're on their way. But I'll have to get some kind of a breaker bar. I don't even know how, I'm getting some stuff on these and stuff, and I don't think I have a bar. I mean, it's gonna take a lot to loosen them up. I decided to park the trailers like this because I'm gonna need this trailer for the winter trip, or if we go ice fishing and I use the snowmobile, I've got to be able to clear snow out of here. I parked one here and one over there because if I'm clearing snow with the tractor, I'm gonna want to come up here and push the snow alongside of it versus scooping and scooping. And if there was the other trailer right next to it here, I wouldn't be able to get by. If I want to use that one, I can just come up with the tractor and just scoop right in front of it to get to it. Later on, I'm going to take the tractor and I'm just going to push that basket back about 30 feet so that I can push snow straight through here also. This little wood chipper that I got, I think that's going to be one of the projects Zachary's going to work on this winter. I'm trying to get it so that I can get the snow out of here and be able to get into the back of the workshop, which we never have to get into until the winter time. If we want to drive something into the front shop, pull the snowmobiles out, all that gets done with the back door. It started out at 37 degrees this morning and now it's just been steadily dropping. I think tonight it's going to get down to, they said around 20, so it'll probably get into the teens. No snow in the forecast, but you know it's coming, so I thought I might as well get that on there. Looks like that front tire might be a little bit low. And then, well, I don't know, within a week or so or whatever, I'll get the chains put on the back. I think I'm going to run in and have lunch right now. There's stuff I want to do outside and there's a ton of stuff I want to get done inside, so not really sure what I'm going to do with my afternoon. Well, Melissa and I, there was a Black Friday deal for a 70-inch TV. It's the ONN brand, which we have a bunch of those TVs, and Melissa really likes them. And anyway, under 400 bucks. Come on, I had to do it. So I just tonight was setting everything up here. So it seems like a pretty decent TV too. What a price. And now I just decided to come out here to the workshop. This, I think I talked about the inline fan that you can put in here, or that you can't get anymore. But anyway, all the stuff came today. Everything is coming so fast with shipping. I suppose they're trying to keep ahead of the holiday rush. So I was going to see how this hooks up, and I haven't run the stove today. It's still warm because I want to take the ashes out because my dad will be here. And now it's getting, I'm burning ash, and that creates a lot of ash. So anyway, I'm trying to get it to cool down so that I can get the ashes out of there and dump them somewhere. I don't know, this seems like one of those projects that could totally fail, but I had to try it. Might work good if this can stay on there. Seems to be hooked up there pretty good and tight. See if my master plan comes together here, or if it'll fail. Well, it definitely worked. I wouldn't mind even getting a bigger fan. That one puts out, what, 100 CFM, I think? And a lot of them that were put on these stoves only put out about 85, I think. But anyway, it'll work. I pulled out some of those ashes, but a lot of this stuff is still hot once I got down there. So I'll let this calm down overnight and then pull the rest of this out. Right now, with no snow on the ground, I don't dare go dump it in the grass where I would normally dump it in the winter and just have an ash pile, because right now everything's pretty dry out there. I'm just out here trying to, this is going to be the first real winter where the workshop gets used. So I'm just trying to figure out how to optimize space. And I was thinking, with the table saw, there's no reason for it to be this far this way. I can probably go that way, almost 2 feet. Well, enough so we can walk through here, because you don't even use this part of the table except for to sit stuff on. There's a router here, but I have a whole router thing that I use. So I might slide that this way to give a little bit more space in here. And then once that firewood is burned underneath the workbenches, then stuff like the shop vac can go underneath there, tools can go underneath there, and then wood can just be brought in. I might take that first section of underneath the workbench and put some wood in there, and that can kind of be like the wood box. And then everything else here could just be storage. One thing at the hobby farm workshop, you know, it was a smaller space, but it was everything had its space. And this one doesn't, everything doesn't have its space yet, because it just hasn't been worked a whole lot. I know I have table saw area over there, but then in the hobby farm one, there was the one table that we did everything on, which was just one metal door slab that my dad hooked to the wall, and it was actually on a hinge, so you could hinge it up for more space. It never got brought up again, you know, ever. It just stayed down. That was 36 inches. This is 27. If we needed a wider workspace here, that one's 28. I could put one more board right here, just so you have, there was, like when I was doing the crib, both cribs, it was nice because you could lay that on there and you had more space to work. I don't know, I'm just thinking about this now because my dad's going to be out here using it, and once projects start getting done, a person will know what they need to add, but that would be something I could do. I think I'm going to call it a night. It's about 9 o'clock right now. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Melissa and I are actually going to go to the Black Bear Casino for the Thanksgiving buffet. We saw the menu and it was like, oh, we've got to go to that. And we're still going to cook up a turkey, and she's going to make duck gumbo. I found a recipe, and she's going to do that. So, but tomorrow we're going to go to the buffet, and their food is always really good. Yesterday was such a nice day, but today that temperature's been dropping. It feels like winter is on its way. Good morning, everybody. We have an actual air temperature of 6 degrees above 0 Fahrenheit with a feels like of 6 below 0. Happy Thanksgiving. Melissa's in the shower right now. Once she's done, I'll hop in there and then we're gonna head to the buffet. We're back from the buffet. There was a lot of people there. We actually got in, it started at 11. We got in line about, I don't know, maybe 10 to, and it filled up before we got to the front, so we had to take a number, and we were number 4 in line. And then we got in and ate, and came back, and now it's 2:45. Some of this is still hot, but it's not too bad. So I'm getting this cleaned out. I want to get this started. It's warmed up right now to 16 degrees. Tonight it's going down to 7 according to my phone. So it'll get colder here. And then tomorrow I think it's supposed to get up to 30. I'm going to let it warm up in here a little while, and then I'll come back out. I was just checking to see what breaker I have the saw on, because to me it seems like when I'm running a board through it compared to my little, the little table saw I use at work, this one seems to bog down easier, and I have it on a 20 amp circuit, and I'm wondering if I need to switch that to a 30 amp or figure out the wiring on this so it can be run 220. But anyway, I do have it on a 20. I was making sure it wasn't a 15 amp that this was on, and it's not. I know that there's a way though that you can wire these so they're running on 220. And I don't have any problem doing that if that's what I need to do. Okay, so with my dad showing up tomorrow, he was going to show up this afternoon actually for a little while, but then decided against it. There's a few things I want to get done before the, to me it seems like tomorrow is the grand opening of the workshop, even though I've done a lot of stuff out here already. So there's a few things I want to get done. To spend about an hour out here and do those. One thing I need to do is this is not bolted onto this yet, and right now I don't have the automatic sawdust removal thing at all hooked up. Run nothing, it's just still sitting in the corner in there, so I need to hook this back up to the garbage can like we had it at the hobby farm one, and I want to tape that down better so that it stays as clean as it can be. I have no idea if he is planning on using this at all, but I know I will be using it in some of the projects that I have planned for in here this winter. So this is a good motivation for me to just get it done. I love this planer. You just cannot beat this planer. I can't believe all of the bolts survived the move. So all I need to do is get them up through here and put new nuts on there and tighten it down. All I have left to do is put the gunny sack on here. This thing leaked so much air and sawdust and everything all over. This will help. It'll still blow it some out the side, but it definitely needed a revamp. It took a lot longer than I thought it would, but I think this is going to be pretty nice. Well, the planer is all hooked up now and ready for use. Give me a few minutes, I'm going to take the new saw out and get that set up. Okay everyone, the new saw is out. And if you watched the video 2 videos ago, I've already thrown a video up when I took this thing out of the box and set it up. Tomorrow it'll probably get used for the first time. I think it's time I go in and spend a little time with Melissa. Good morning, everybody. I was out there and started the stove in the workshop a couple hours ago. I expect my dad to be here pretty soon. And I think I'm going to go out there and grab the diamond willow that he has peeled that I brought up from the hobby farmhouse and take that out of the back part. So I don't know if he's going to use it or not, but at least it can get warmed up.
Was that the one that was in the chicken coop?
Yep.
Yeah. Was, huh?
Yeah, I want to get the only thing that's the hinges, when I tried to open it, they snapped off. So I tried to drill that. That one's right there, so the old one is right there yet.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Maybe they're the same height.
They might be, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it's complicated to use because it's nice, it has the glass front and everything, but it was made for coal and wood.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it double burns. So you had to start it, and then once this got to like 800 degrees, then you could work the side damper. And it was just, you had to be out here. I like to come out here like I did this morning. I come out at 6, put wood in there, shot some lighter fluid in there, set it and walk away. That's a big stove, isn't it? Yeah, it does. Yeah. Nothing seems to get real hot there. If it does,
it would be easy to put a piece of tin on that.
Yeah, yeah.
You could just cut the tin and go halfway, then cut the other one.
Yeah. And I mean, I just put this in a week ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so it's only been
How
running.
did you move it over?
It took me forever to move it, slided it over.
Oh, yeah, because you had to go
spin around here, yeah. Oh yeah, this wouldn't have to be here. You could do a big one.
Well,
because this is only.
Also, a person could put the horses over here.
Oh yeah, yep.
One here and here, and just,
yeah.
you know, because
here's all those things. I don't know what you use them for, but they're for something.
Yeah, yeah. Those were so handy. And also those you still got all those clamps?
I've got
Okay.
all of these little ones. These ones.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I have like these clamps here, and I've got more of these in there. And then somewhere I've got a box of more than, but I did buy, I think there's 10 or 12 new ones of the like 3-inch or 4-inch.
So those are so handy for so much stuff.
Right.
You know, the first one is always when you're working on your workbench, you're always reaching over that 5 gallon.
Right. Yeah.
Where did it'll take me a while to find stuff, but I need a clamp.
There's some new clamps right on the in those boxes, and then if you need those
Oh, yeah, I
clamps.
see that.
Yep, there's two different sizes. Those ones are the smaller ones in that box next to it.
Oh, the brand new ones.
I did. I ordered some because if you don't have clamps, you're screwed. You know?
Yeah.
This is that thing I was
Well,
canoeing.
where'd you get that?
I was canoeing across from the tent to where that beaver out to the island.
Yeah.
And when I was coming back, there was a beaver pushing this with his nose through the water.
You're kidding.
I went over there and took it. You know, I got a smaller one I got up on land on the island that's sitting on the table between my chairs up there. But yeah,
All of these crashes come after.
yeah.
It's the same on the log cabinets, and like the one I have or the one I used to have. I've read a book that's Swedish designed it, but those things that stick out are so when the weather hits it, those things crack. But it'll crack here and crack tooth here. It won't go inside.
Oh.
They said if you just bought them, you know, like for the 45, when it cracks, you'll crack all the way inside.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Yep. Well, my dad's out there. He's making a new cane. That's his first project out there. He's used the new saw and the spindle sander, and he's finding where all the tools are. And right now I'm running up to grab, we ordered pizza and I'm going to pick it up. My dad brought his own lunch. I asked him if he wanted pizza, but he says, nope, I brought my own lunch. My dad left, he headed home hours ago. And I was inside, we cooked a turkey today, that just got done. And Melissa's making duck gumbo right now, which takes hours. And I've just been trying to figure out this table for the freeze dryer. Just trying to figure out what I have enough wood for. I wanted to make one that matches the center island table in the kitchen and those two stools that I built. And I don't know, I mean, I might be able to, some of it's pretty crude looking, but those tables are old looking, so you can get by with that. So that's not a big deal. It's just having enough to do anything. So then I went in and went back and pulled some of my black cherry that I have milled. And I have enough of this to do to the top. But trying to get enough for the legs, I just don't know that I have enough of it. And then I pulled out some of the walnut that I have, and I really don't think I have enough walnut to do a whole table. Like if I had a couple more of these, which is the black cherry, I could use this for the legs and these for the top. And then there's part of me that's like, I have to, like if I had enough of this stuff here, the cherry, I would then make a table that was not rustic and have it match, kind of match that, the cookbook thing that I made for her that's down in Louisiana. I don't know, this is the hardest part with, you know, working with raw wood when you're starting a project. You can't, you know, you have to have enough material to make the project, because it's not like I can go out and get material that's grade like that already. And so this is the biggest head scratching part. Okay everyone, it's about 10:15. There's a little bit of light snow falling. You can't see it here, but it's time for bed. Good morning, everybody. I started this maybe, I don't know, an hour ago. My dad was planning on coming back up today, but now he just texted me and said that there's a chance of some light snow, which could slick up the roads. So he's gonna wait and come up next Tuesday. But I'll keep the stove going in case I end up out here doing something. I haven't started the log splitter in probably a year. I thought I'd bring it up here and see if it fires up and then drag it over by the birch pile. Well, it wouldn't start. I didn't pull on it that long, but I pulled out the spark plug and it wasn't getting any. It wasn't wet yet, but this was totally empty. So, but then I took the spark plug out and it's not getting any spark. So I thought I'm gonna see if any mice or anything have chewed a wire or anything in there. Well, I can definitely see that there's been a mouse in there. You'd think with all the cats we have, we wouldn't have any mice anywhere. I don't know. I don't have patience like Zach does for this stuff here. My idea is 15 minutes and oh no, it needs a new motor. Order one. Well, they chewed on the wire, but just the plastic part, and that looks like a ground wire for the coil or whatever that's called. But the wire is fine. The connection was pretty rusty. So I sanded that, but we'll see if this works. Well, that's all the patience I have for right now. We'll come back to this a little bit later. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. I did not film a whole lot yesterday and today because I'm just trying to keep this video a little bit shorter after doing the long deer hunting video, and I've got other videos that, you know, all need editing. Yesterday I put together a bunch of rabbit cages for Melissa. She has a bunch of these expensive rabbits that are going to make expensive little babies. I did that. That took hours yesterday. And then this morning I took the TV that used to be in the living room and I had ordered a wall hanging kit for it, and I hung that up in the bedroom. And now it's Sunday. Usually I wouldn't leave until Monday morning and do the long 3-hour drive to work. but there's about 3/4 of an inch of snow coming, and it's supposed to come around that 4 o'clock in the morning time, 5, right in there. And I leave a little after 5, or about 5 o'clock it would have been tomorrow. Anyway, it would have made the roads really slick on the way down. So I'm leaving right now and heading towards the cities, get a hotel, and I'll be there for a few nights. But first, I have to stop and get fuel. And I have to stop at the grocery store and get a loaf of bread and some lunch meat so I can make my lunches. Time to head to the hotel. I will see you guys on the next video.